So they taught you photosynthesis and the Pythagorean theorem, but not how money works. I wonder why. That wasn't an accident. I'm Casey Marks, founder of Crown Haven, Bull Baron, and Pinecone, and I am here to help you beat the financial system. I've spent 60,000 hours with real families. I've done radio, television, I trained thousands of advisors nationwide, and I built it all because my family was failed by a system designed to extract from you. That's not theory, it's lived truth. My new book, Inheritance, drops June 2026. Subscribe, share, follow me at Real Casey A. Marks on Twitter, and let's start with the lesson you never got in school today. Here's what they don't teach you and why. Then I'm going to show you how to take control. They pretend confusion is a you problem. It's not. It's the business model. If you stay fuzzy on risk, interest rates, compound simple, incentives, you're easier to harvest. Myth number one, make more money and the rest solves for itself. Here's the truth. If you don't know how to think about money when you're broke, you're going to be even more lost when you're rich, man. Only you're going to have a heck of a lot more to lose. Here's why you were never taught. No one sat you down to explain why compound interest is destiny over decades. No one showed you how a moderately aggressive checkbox could derail a retirement plan because your education optimized you to comply, not to command your own future. When my father died, my mother met that machine. Bad advice, predatory lending, and sales disguised as service. I wasn't trying to get rich at this point. I was trying to rebuild what she lost, and I discovered the incentives were misaligned on purpose, and this is how it all works. Financial products, number one, are not a financial plan. A product is a tool. A plan is a blueprint. You got a captive advisor, they've got a limited shelf. If they're independent, they've got the full toolkit. If they're paid to push what's available to them, your needs are already placed in second tier. Here's a telltale sign. You've collected transactions. You've got a managed account here. You've got an annuity here. You got a life policy that you bought at a seminar over here, but nothing's coordinated. That's not planning, that's drift. Accumulation planning is totally different than distribution planning. Accumulation is the stage of your life where you're working and you're growing your money. Distribution is when you're distributing that money back to yourself to maintain your standard of living in retirement. To make it simple, accumulation is earn, save, invest. Distribution, you are now dealing with sequence of returns risk, tax sequencing, making sure you have inflation-adjusted income, maintaining protection against health care, spousal continuation, what happens if I pass away, is my wife okay? Legacy, it's a different game. Different physics, requires different tools, requires a different type of professional. You use growth phase tools for retirement, that's like fertilizing a tree you already cut down. Myth number three, a managed portfolio is a plan. No, it's not. It's like 1/9 of a plan. Where's the tax strategy? Where's the liquidity structure? Where's the insurance integration? Where's the estate plan? Where's the long-term health care or disability insurance? Where's the benefits coordination? Where's your business succession planning at? How are you sequencing your income? If all those are missing, you don't have a plan, you have an account. You're a line item in somebody's CRM. Most people are customers, they're not clients. Ask yourself, do you understand your plan clearly? Does your advisor proactively work your file or only when you call them? Could somebody else step in for your advisor tomorrow and execute your plan flawlessly? Would you trust your advisor with a durable power of attorney? If the answer is no to any of those questions, then you're being transacted with, not advised. Here's why service feels broken, even with really nice people. Let's take a 30,000-foot view for a second. We got a major issue with capacity in this industry. Advisors are drowning under 300 to 1,000 households they are managing because the revenue model demands scale. The result is you get a quarterly statement, an annual review, minimal coordination, unless you scream. And the siloed system worsens this problem. The annuity guy says the markets are a casino. The stock guy says annuities are a scam. The banker waves his new CD special at you. They're not wrong for what they know. They're wrong for what they ignore. So then what do? You say, well, I'm going to do it myself. That's not a cure, man. That's a reaction to a poor system. During the dumb money era, people fled to Reddit, Robinhood, crypto. For what? Control. Because at least they can trust themselves, right? But people don't understand payment for order flow, the latency of their trading, how market makers monetize your orders, you're still taking the risk. They're keeping the edge. They're marking up your trades. You are the data set. And by the way, you don't have the time, energy, research capability, speed of execution, or money to use the complex tools that are required to beat the people that are spending hundreds of millions of dollars on the same game. So this is how you prevent all this from happening to you. Write this down. Find somebody to build an integrated plan for you, not a pile of stuff. One coordinating fiduciary quarterback who's independent with a written scope of work, investments, taxation, estate, insurance, income, healthcare, banking, clear why. How does it connect for every holding with the role that it serves and the rules for its usage? Separate your life into different phases. You don't drive the same car that you drove when you were 19 years old. You got accumulation. You automate your saving. You capture broad market beta and you minimize friction. You automate that investing. In distribution, you need guardrails for withdrawals. You need inflation hedges. You need long-term healthcare contingencies. You need to make sure survivor income is set up. You need to have tax-aware withdrawal sequencing. You demand alignment and transparency from the people you're working with. Who is paying your advisor and how? Is it a flat rate? Is it fee-based? Is there a hidden spread? Is it a commission? Are they captive? Are they independent? Do they have access to all the tools in the toolbox? What's their service ratio? How many households are they serving? Do they have a named backup if they reach capacity? How do they even process it all? I myself at Crown Haven have 15 clients. We service 775 households. How are we capable of doing that? We have enough advisors, licensed professionals that manage all the households, that know them intimately. And oh, by the way, we have investment advisory boards, chairs of committees. We work as an ensemble team. With Bull Baron, it's going to be even more exclusive. I'll talk about that in a later video. You need to create control and clarity. You need a written investment policy, a written withdrawal policy, a risk budget stated in dollars, not adjectives. Taxes modeled over the next 10 to 20 years. Forward, what does your Roth conversion strategy look like? What are your brackets going to be? What's IRMA going to do to you? Your estate documentation needs to be coordinated with your beneficiary designation. This is a major problem and they often conflict. Ongoing verification, coordination, optimization, quarterly change review. Tax laws change, updates. Benefits change, updates. Family changes, updates. Markets change, updates. Annual distribution stress testing. Are we on track? Is it going to break? What breaks first? Documented actions after every review. Checklists. What did we just do? Where are we headed? Not just talk, something you can go home with. That's why we created this. If this gave you clarity, I hope it did. Subscribe and share with someone who's been told to just stay the course, trust the process, trust the guy they're working with or gal they're working with. And next up, I am going to expose one of the greatest lies in finance and how to rebuild your plan so that it actually serves you. Until then, check out my upcoming book, Inheritance, Blowing the Lid Off of Big Finance, coming out June 2026. It's a very low barrier to entry to get a whole bunch of useful information. God bless you.